don't just buy booze. That ain't food.
What do you mean booze ain't food? I'd rather chop off my ding-dong than admit that.
You'd rather chop off your ding-dong than not drink?
Yeah!
Wow.
Welcome to another episode of Brutal Brews.
Yes.
The show where we pair beer with metal albums. Because we fucking want to.
Yeah, beer's good, metal's good. Join them.
Yes, all the good things. Put them all together. I don't know how that would actually work out. Anyway, this week we are drinking Duclaw's Dirty Little Freak. It is difficult to remember all of the goddamn flavors in this thing. So I'm just going to read it off here. We got a dominant blend of roasted malt, coconut, caramel, and chocolate essences. Barely restrained by a gentle hot bite that tantalizes your senses, yada 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 yada. You get it. Funny enough, it's not as disgustingly sweet as it sounds by the description.
No.
Which is a big thing for me. As we were talking about off camera earlier, when things get too into the realm of tasting like candy, I can respect it, but it just totally isn't my thing.
There's certain beers in that aspect that sometimes go too far.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, though, they do it right. I'll say like Southern Tier's Creme Brulee.
But you read my fucking mind. That's exactly it. I can drink one of them, and
Yeah.
it's cool because it's like, holy shit, this actually tastes like creme brulee.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not drink that all night. I would wake up with a brutal hangover.
This, though, it's not... if anything, it's more coconut.
Yeah,
strong.
yeah, which is interesting. I can't think of any other beers that I can say that about.
No. And I'm not usually the hugest coconut fan, but in this, it's amazing.
It just works. It just fucking works. So we are pairing this week with Purple, the still fairly new album from Baroness. Largely because I think they share similarities in their complexity.
Mm-hmm.
Baroness, who has become really much more of a prog metal band at this point.
Yeah.
Very melodic, fairly, what's the word I'm looking for? Experimental.
Yes.
Fairly. Nothing too insane, but it just balances nicely.
It has it follows a good groove to it, so you can
Yes.
sit there and jam out to it.
Not to mention that intro is fucking epic.
Yeah.
They
And,
come flying out the fucking gates.
Like we were saying earlier, again, off camera, like, why isn't this what is played on the radio?
Seriously, I mean, there are certain metal bands that are just more accessible, and certainly the new Baroness falls within that realm, which I think can also be said of this beer. I think
Yes.
this could appeal to even non-serious beer drinkers.
I feel like Duclaw is, like a lot of people I work with who started getting into craft beer is through Duclaw.
It's a nice, easy way to get into it if you're intimidated by things like hops and malts and you don't know what the fuck to expect out of any of it, and you're like, what the fuck is a Belgian triple? That's high in alcohol content. What the fuck is this? This is a good starting point because everyone knows flavors like chocolate, caramel, and coconut.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with Baroness. I think anyone, I don't give a fuck if you regularly listen to fucking Justin Bieber, I think Baroness is a fairly listenable thing to pretty much anybody.
It's very listenable while then also being on the technical side too.
Yeah,
So it appeases
yeah. I mean,
people like us.
they're very talented musicians. It's, you kind of have to be when you take that route, because when your music gets lighter like that, if it's not really good, the metal community is going to write you the fuck off quickly. As we learned with the Black Album. So, anyway, I think that's about it.
Yes.
Anything you'd like to add?
No, I think we about covered it.
All right. Well, we'll see you next Tuesday, I think.
Yes. Cheers, bitches.